The atmosphere in the attic carried an unmistakable aura of foreboding as Olivia stumbled upon an ancient cassette player in her new home. Covered in dust and seemingly forgotten, the device appeared as a relic from a bygone era. Intrigued, she chose to explore its contents, completely oblivious to the fact that the echoes of a chilling tale were about to unravel before her. Among the dusty tapes, Olivia unearthed one labeled with a date from decades past. As she pressed play, the room filled with static-laden whispers from a narrator recounting a harrowing story. The distant voice wove a chilling narrative, ensnaring Olivia in its grip. The protagonist, a man named David, recounted a disconcerting encounter that had haunted his nights. She asked why I was breathing so heavily. "I wasn't," he confessed with a tremor in his voice. The tape unfolded the unsettling events. My wife woke me up around 3 a.m. and asked why I was breathing so heavily. I denied it and urged her to go back to sleep as I readied myself for my camping trip. I tiptoed through the hallway, making every effort not to disturb my peacefully sleeping wife, Emily. The outside air clung to a chilling darkness, and the feeble glow of the streetlights struggled against the lurking shadows in the corners of the neighborhood. The tape continued, recounting the ill-fated fishing expedition. As I ventured into the night with my friends, we reached the fishing point. However, my mind couldn't shake why Emily had questioned my heavy breathing earlier. A sense of unease crept over me, prompting me to cut my trip short. I excused myself from my friends, heading back home. As Olivia listened intently, the tape unfolded the tale. Along the way, I repeatedly called Emily, but she wouldn't answer. Anxiety gripped me. I shouldn't have left her alone. I rushed back home, my footsteps echoing through the empty streets, a sense of dread tightening around my chest with every passing second. The front door creaked open, as if reluctant to reveal the horrors that awaited me inside. David's voice crackled through the ancient tape. A knot tightened in Olivia's stomach, mirroring the anguish in David's voice. The cassette unveiled the heart-wrenching discovery awaiting him in the silent house. The house was eerily silent, a stark contrast to the lively laughter that usually filled its rooms. I called out to Emily, my voice trembling with a mixture of fear and desperation, but there was no response, David confessed, his words carrying the weight of a devastating truth. I stumbled into the bedroom, and what met my eyes froze the blood in my veins. Emily lay motionless on the bed, bathed in the pale moonlight streaming through the window. Before me unfolded a sinister and grotesque tragedy, he continued, pain evident in every syllable. Olivia's heart pounded in sync with the sorrowful rhythm of David's tale. The cassette laid bare the raw emotions that consumed him as he grappled with the horrifying reality. I knelt beside her, my hands trembling as I reached out to touch her cold skin. The life that once danced in her eyes had been extinguished, leaving behind an empty gaze that haunted my every dream. David's voice wavered, the weight of grief palpable. Tears welled in Olivia's eyes as the tape recounted the aftermath of that fateful night. David's anguished words painted a vivid picture of a life shattered, a love lost, and a soul forever scarred. I don't remember how long I stayed there, lost in the abyss of despair. The police came, their questions a distant murmur as I grappled with the harsh reality that Emily was gone, stolen from me in the cruelest of ways. David confessed, the pain etched in his voice like a permanent scar. The tape's hiss and crackle intensified, casting an eerie ambience over the room as David's story neared its conclusion. Olivia held her breath, utterly captivated by the haunting narrative that unfolded. When the investigators arrived, their grim expressions hinted at the tragedy that had befallen my home. They estimated her time of death to have been around 4 a.m. It was then that I realized the heavy breathing Emily had heard earlier was not mine. It was the chilling breath of someone already inside. David's revelation sent shivers down Olivia's spine. I was a broken man, haunted by the ghost of my own decisions. Guilt clawed at my conscience, a relentless reminder of the night I chose to leave Emily alone. David's voice trembled with remorse. The investigators offered explanations, a random act of violence, a senseless crime. But deep down, I knew the truth. I left her alone, vulnerable to the darkness that lurked beyond. David's confession cast a heavy silence that lingered in the air, akin to a persistent shadow. A chill ran down Olivia's spine, the weight of tragedy pressing upon her. Seated in the dimly lit attic, Olivia found herself surrounded by the remnants of David's sorrow. The cassette player clicked off, plunging her into hushed stillness. Reflecting on the haunting tale, Olivia couldn't shake the feeling that within the echoes of David's tragedy, she had glimpsed the fragility of love and the haunting consequences of choices made. The unresolved sorrow persisted, serving as a poignant reminder of the lasting impact of that fateful night. The reality of the tale hung in the air, an unvanquished sorrow that no amount of time could erase. Thank you for watching aikdastaan, where every tale is a testament to the human spirit and every voice resonates with the truth as they perceive it.